Hey everyone, this is Ron from KME. Apologize for the delay, but at long last, we have our scissor sharpening accessory. Let's take a look at it. You see it has a familiar looking jaw, just one though, and then a back plate, and this piece on the bottom is to tighten the clamp or loosen the clamp. And once you have it tight, it'll fold down out of the way so your other shear doesn't have interference there. On the back, you have a knurled knob bar, and that actually goes in the jaws of the knife sharpener. So let's check it out, see how it works. This was really designed for beautician shears, high-end beautician shears. And I have a good set here. And the way it works is we just loosen the knob just a little bit, open the jaws, and let's put this side in. It doesn't matter. You're gonna go in from, I normally like to just go in from underneath. I'm gonna do this so you guys can see what we want. Is this edge of this jaw should be even parallel with the top of the scissor, or vice versa. The scissor should be parallel with the jaw. Let's see. And then you would pinch it once you have it in place. It's like just like you would a knife in the knife jaws. And then down at the bottom here, oh, this is difficult to get in the picture. We're just going to turn this knob and tighten them up. Maybe before I get all the way tight, I'll adjust a little bit. It's a little tougher to do on camera. There, pinch that, tighten this up, and when you're done, you should have something like that, so that the top front edge of the jaw is pretty close parallel with your shear. Now, because this thing's cut away like this at this deep angle, look how far you can move this opposite shear out of the way for clearance and sharpening. Excuse me. Putting it in the sharpener, just like a knife. Back the knob off just a turn or two. Open the jaws enough that this bar will fit right in there like that. And we want to go right tight up against there on the top, and then just barely snug this, because we want this thing to still be able to rotate until we can find. That's how we're going to find our angle, or at least get real close to it. So just tight enough that I can still move that. Now, you'll actually see Ron use the base for once. Holy smokes, that's pretty rare, huh? Just like a knife, we're going to color the bevel. Actually, I'm not quite ready for the base, and I won't use it for long. I encourage everyone to pick this sharpener up. That's how it was intended to be used, and it's just so much more user-friendly. And cap the Sharpie so it doesn't dry out. Then, with a set of beautician shears, assuming they're already fairly sharp, which they should be, this whole thing rolls in here. We're not going to use, I'll start with a translucent stone, maybe a hard Arkansas stone, probably nothing finer than that. Lapping films would work. And I can rotate this forward. And I want to get, I'm hoping you can see this, it's coming up, and then I'll just kind of snug it just a little bit. Again, we don't want it tight yet. And I have my sharpener set at 20, I'm going to start at 23 degrees, because that gives me extra room to move up and down once I get pretty close with this angle. So start at 23, and then just take a swipe just like you would a knife, and look close to see where did we take the ink off. And I see that's pretty close. I'm right on the cutting edge. I'm not even going to, I'll try and show it to you, but I don't think you'll see that on the mirror, on the camera. Can't zoom in enough. So, being that I'm right on the cutting edge now, I'm going to bring this up a little further. And try again. Finding your angle on shears, particularly beautician shears, is very important. You want to make sure you're not doing too steep. Okay, so now I have a second line. I'm on the edge. I have a line on the shoulder, and I have some ink in between, so that means I'm pretty close. So now, just like this was a knife, I'm going to hold on to that clamp, and now crank this thing down. I mean, crank it down. And now your scissors are in there good. The shear's out of the way. Now I'll come to the base just to fine tune, to make sure that I'm hitting that edge. And I'll start just lightly working the stone. I'm going to look real close. I'm not showing you my face because I have 2 pairs of glasses on right now. And I can see I'm still a little low, so I'm going to actually, what would be a little high. Everything's reverse when the blade is pointed up like that. I'm going to come down about a degree and a half. Check again. Keep coming down. Another degree and a half right there. And I might even color it again at this point because I want to be sure. Beautician shears will sometimes cost $300, $400. You don't want to make a mistake on those. I'm right on the edge, so let's go back up just to 1 degree right there. And that looks pretty nice. Like I said, normally on a beautician shear you would start with nothing coarser than a hard Arkansas. This is a translucent because these are already fairly sharp. I've sharpened them a couple times. And then we're just going to work this side. It's no different than knife sharpening. Matter of fact, I might even pick this up here so that I can look and make sure the ink is coming off all the way to the inside, all the way to the tip. And normally, as long as your shears aren't in bad shape, it won't take long to raise a burr. And especially, like I said, this is a translucent stone. Then I'll just check. And yes, that's already got a burr on it. So, and translucent, you can go finer if you want. You could use water stones, you can use lapping films, but I think the translucent's pretty adequate. So now I want to do the other side. This time I'm not going to take them out. I'm just going to loosen the. It's a little awkward with the trying to do this on camera. Loosen it. Clamp. I'm going to turn this so I can see it, guys. And then put this side in. Do the same thing. And tighten that up. Now, I may or may not have these extending up exactly the same distance that I had the other one, so what are we going to do? Color again. Just double check. You might have to fine tune a little bit on your second side. Again, pull this way out of the way. Give yourself plenty of room. Look at that. Check your angle. Well, and it looks like I got fairly lucky. I was able to get those in there very, very much close to where I bullseyed the angle. But normally you might have to adjust up or down that degree or a half a degree or whatever the case may be. So we'll just work this side. Same as we did the other side. Make sure you get all the way to the tip. Again, just like a knife, don't come so far that you roll over. Just make sure you get to the end. And you know what I forgot on the first side is after I have a burr, which won't take long, Yes, already have a burr. I do like to finish with a few into the edge strokes, which is now down, opposite of doing a knife, because the cutting edge is facing this way instead of that way, like it would be with a knife. And just work from one end to the other. And that's it. And now I would take these out, take the sharpener, the scissor jig out of this knife sharpener. Keep pinching on the jaws when you loosen this knob so that they don't fall out. All right. And you can strap the back if you like with your regular strap. Some people will like to go into the edge with a translucent stone. That's another good way of clearing that burr. Whatever you prefer, whatever works best for you. But I do like to finish with stropping. And you're just holding it flat, lay the strop perfectly flat, the scissor perfectly flat on the strap, and come away. Just 2 or 3 passes. And then we'll do the other side. 2 or 3 passes. Oh yeah, guys worry about scratching and digging into their strap. Look at mine, 4 micron. It's pretty nasty. Still works beautiful though. So don't be too concerned about getting scratches and nicks in your strap. Well, let's see how we did. Now, any professional shear sharpener will tell you after you've sharpened, put some pressure on this blades as you close them so that they don't touch going forward. Then pinch on them as you open them. And let's just see where we're at. There's a single sheet of toilet tissue starting way in the back all the way up to the tip. Not bad. Let's make it even a little more challenging. How about wet toilet paper? Let's see if I can get this on camera. It's a little hard to... Can't? I'm not getting that as well as I'd like, but it's cutting it very cleanly. And like I said, it was really designed, the sharpener was really designed for professional beautician shears. You can convex them, you can, you know, whatever you like. You can put V-grind, but it will also do, you know, cheap. These are made in China. And I don't have a piece of toilet tissue here, but paper towels. No problem. These are the old-fashioned cast. These are made in Taiwan. And again, just a paper towel. Can I get a single thickness out there? Let's see if we can try to get a single thickness. I can see it. Everything is tougher on camera. There we go, single thickness. And these are cast iron. So there's a sharpener. It's not on the website just yet, but will be. We will have some at Blade 2017. Come by the booth, take a look, and we'll be happy to demonstrate for you. All right, everyone, thanks very much. And look forward to talking to you. Thanks.